WFAA TV, Channel 8. The spirit of Texas. This is News 8 Midday.
And let's face reality. And the reality of the situation is this, and it is crystal clear and simple. This will be a project that will benefit Dallas.
Dallas city leaders are poised to make it official at any moment. The site of the city's proposed new sports arena will be the old TU power plant along Stemmons Freeway.
That expected announcement tops our news at midday. Thank you very much for joining us. After numerous postponements, today is the deadline for Dallas officials to make their final selection if they want to hold a January 17th vote on the new arena. Channel 8's Dave Evans is at Dallas City Hall with the latest. Dave?
Gina, the council voted just a couple of minutes ago, 10-3, to go ahead and set this on the January ballot, so citizens in Dallas will have a chance to vote on this whole issue on January 17th. The council also voted to go ahead and accept this site proposed by the team owners, and as you mentioned, is the TU plant location. Right behind me is a map that the city has provided of what this development is going to look like. Just to get your bearings straight here, this is north toward North Dallas. This is Stemmons right here, and this is downtown Dallas over here, the west end right here. What the team owners are proposing is to build this arena development right in the middle of the TU plant location. About a 30-acre campus is what we're looking at right through here. This right here is where the TU plant is located right now, and that is going to stay, it is our understanding, and that it would continue to distribute power, but it would no longer generate power. But it will stand under the agreement. Right below the arena right here is a proposed parking garage for about 2,000 spaces right here, right below the arena, closer to Stemmons Expressway. So this is what the teams are looking at right now, but the big sticking point is this right here. That is Houston Street, and that is a problem right now because the city's cap is $125 million. It's our understanding that the teams are now asking for about $20 million more to go ahead and extend Houston Street from downtown Dallas on into the development. The city had already looked at spending about $12 million to go ahead and do some of this development to take it to 4 lanes. The teams now wanted 6 lanes. This is a sticking point, and all of this is not going to be ironed out now until December 10th. Last night, city officials confirmed the TU plant location, and now Rossborough Jr. is looking at turning around an industrial area of about 30 or 40 acres, and he'll pay for the cleanup of contaminants there. The big question, though, as I mentioned, is whether the city's $125 million contribution could now get bigger. The council is definitely split on all of this.
And either you are for Dallas and for this project, or you are against this project because you are against corporate welfare. And ultimately, you hurt our city in the process. The question we've got to ask is, when is a deal a deal? They're coming back to us now and saying, gosh, we'd like to have your $125 million, but I want more. I want more for Houston Street.
But I can get somewhat excited about this site. I think it's a good site. It's something that does lend itself for future development, which is one of the things that I think the citizens felt like was promised, and now we're actually starting to see.
Again, the council voted just a couple of minutes ago on a 10-3 vote to go ahead and set an election on this issue in January, and also to accept the TU site. But again, this Houston Street extension from downtown Dallas into the arena development area is the sticking point, and there are a lot of questions right now as to whether this is over and above the $125 million that the city is considering on giving to the teams. Right now, they're getting ready for some statements by Ron Kirk, the mayor, to talk about his thoughts on all of this development and what it will mean for citizens. After that, we'll talk to Rossborough Jr., and we'll have more for you at 5 and 6 o'clock. I'm Dave Evans, reporting live now. Back to you.
All right, Dave, thank you very much. Other news today, President Clinton increased America's military presence in the Persian Gulf today, but Iraq's foreign minister says his country is ready for any possible strike. ABC's Maple Jong now reports on this escalating crisis.
As tensions between the U.S. and Iraq continue to simmer, President Clinton ordered a second aircraft carrier, the USS Washington, to the Persian Gulf this morning.
Well, I'm ordering a carrier in there because I think it's appropriate under the circumstances.
Members of the UN Security Council resumed meeting this morning after an 8-hour session late last night produced only a statement condemning Iraq.
I expected the council to take a firm stand, and they did.
At some point, hopefully soon, Saddam Hussein will get the message that he has no choice but to come back into compliance with the requirements of the UN Security Council resolutions. 6 American weapons inspectors were expelled from Iraq, forced to leave Baghdad on land rather than by air. The Americans arrived in Jordan after a grueling all-night drive across the desert. The standoff began late last month when Iraq demanded an end to the sanctions crippling its economy. Sanctions the UN says won't be lifted until Iraq complies with all agreements made during the Gulf War, which included the dismantling of long-range missiles. The showdown now enters an uncertain phase. The window for U-2 flights over Iraq resumes Sunday afternoon and will continue until Friday, despite Iraqi threats to shoot them down. The focus of the Security Council today is whether members should issue a new, stronger resolution warning the Iraqis of serious consequences if they don't back down. Mabel Zhang, ABC News at the United Nations. The woman who says she had a long relationship with Bill Clinton before he was president is being asked about that relationship today in Dallas. Jennifer Flowers at this hour is giving sworn testimony in pre-trial depositions. It's part of a sexual harassment suit against the president filed by Paula Jones. Channel 8's Anita Veneni joins us now live with details on this story. Anita?
Gina, Jennifer Flowers arrived here at this Dallas office building you can see over my shoulder at about 10 o'clock this morning. She remains on the 10th floor in attorneys' offices giving a sworn statement. Now, there is a gag order on this case, so no one can publicly say what they're talking about, but it's safe to say that she's being asked what she knows about President Clinton. Jennifer Flowers arrived at a Dallas office building with her attorney.